This week we talk about...
Keep that. Nun-cast.
You taught me how to play Ultimate Frisbee, sister. You are so good at that, sister. Bonnie Blue. Bonnie said, you know, I used to hate fat people and think that they were lazy. And I realised they've just not got the time to meal prep. Some of them might be eating their way for stress. And I was like, Bonnie Blue is the most unlikely body positivity advocate.
And being an ant.
Ignore that feeling. I saw a video last night of Robert De Niro, who's 82, shouting fuck Trump, and he was with his 46-year-old wife. And I was thinking, it made me think it's nice to be able to think your true love hasn't been born yet.
Yeah,
And
you're just waiting.
I just have to wait until I'm in my 80s when he's legal. And we'll have no shared frame of reference whatsoever.
They won't
apart
have
from
any.
we both love money.
and they both probably love like Martin Scorsese films from the 70s. I'm trying to think of what do 47-year-olds and 82-year-olds have in common culturally. It is probably
early nights,
new wave cinema of the 60s and 70s.
Early nights, surely.
Early nights, yeah. Do you think how long is he with his 40? Is it 43 or 47?
46.
46. I don't know why.
Al Pacino's worse and Mick Jagger's worse again.
Yeah, because then Al Pacino have a kid recently, and I'm like,
I think that's fair enough.
Why do you think that's fair enough?
What's wrong with people having kids when they're really old?
It makes me think, do you ever watch Look Who's Talking? And Look Who's Talking,
is that a talking baby?
It's a talking baby voiced by Bruce Willis, and fathered by John Travolta and Kirstie Alley. But every Look Who's Talking, even the one where they do Dog Spunk, it's always like
did Kirstie Alley die?
She did, yeah. She was a massive Scientologist as well. And she had this really bad TV series called Fat Actress.
Yeah.
Which is like a Curb Your Enthusiasm, but for Kirstie Alley. It was strange.
Did she die of fatness?
Do you know who didn't die of fatness, but people think died of fatness because she was fat? Was Mama Cass.
She choked on a sandwich.
She didn't. That is a rumor.
But I never thought that was I thought that was a choking death.
It was like a.
But did people frame it as she was like gobble gobble gobble,
and then cock cock cock?
That's just reminded me I have stuff to say about Bonnie Blue.
Okay.
Because I fell asleep watching another Bonnie Blue thing.
You, by the way, all the time that we were in our...
When we were putting our makeup on for Primavera, I was watching a Bonnie Blue interview that lasted for 2 hours.
And basically every second question that woman asked her was like, but how does your boyfriend feel about you... taking a load of cocks in? Like, what?
This is every Bonnie Blue interview ever, it is. But aren't you ashamed? But aren't you traumatized? What will your kids think? What will your grandchildren think? Aren't you ashamed? Guys, she loves having orgies.
Yeah.
She's not the same as other people. So the thing I watched last night was there's this Geordie Love Island bro. And he's done that. You know how it's a bro thing to read now?
Yeah.
He's been doing that.
He's been reading.
Yeah, that's the thing. I hate it. I sort of think it's good, but then they're all only reading self-help books.
My sister...
They're not reading The Guardian's 100 Greatest Novels.
Oh, great.
Well, anyway, he had Bonnie Blue on to debate a conservative anti-sex work lady.
And so he's making content.
He's the chair. Yeah,
he's the chair.
I was annoyed with myself for even watching it.
How could he chair a debate when he couldn't even chair like a fight in a chip shop? Have you watched like?
Do you know who I mean? He's called Chris Williamson or Chris Williams. Well, anyway, it went the same way it always does. In fairness, the conservative lady was very polite to Bonnie. She said, "I'm not gonna try and get you to say that you're traumatized. I've watched enough of your content to know that you're not." And Bonnie, just very calmly again, was like, look, I seem to have good sexual stamina. I know what I'm into. Yeah. And the conservative woman did say, are you not repulsed by these men? If some of them are fat. or spotty.
Sorry, oh my God.
And listen. So Bonnie said, I used to hate fat people and think that they were lazy. And then I started having sex with fat guys and orgies. And I realised they've just not got the time to meal prep. Some of them might be eating their way for stress. And I was like, Bonnie Blue is the most unlikely body positivity advocate.
Yeah.
And then you're like...
But I love that she's getting fucked and then she's like, okay.
She realizes stuff about their humanity while she looks at them in the blue ski masks.
Empathy is sexually transmitted.
But I thought it's weird how everyone's always banging on about we have to be body positive and you got to be body positive about women. The second it comes to being gangbanged by 1,000 men, it's like, weren't you repulsed by them though? Didn't you find them minging? And she made the really good point that the best sex that she's had before hasn't been with guys that were conventionally attractive. It might be with someone who's objectively minging but has a great technique.
Yeah.
And she was like, sometimes people just make you come. And I was like, so many of Bonnie's views are so close to mine. Not that I want to tap out in a massive orgy.
Yeah.
But so much of the stuff she says makes sense.
But you've watched her porn and you think it's like boring.
I don't think she's coming in it.
This is what I wanted to ask.
I don't think she's...
Yeah, I do want to ask her, are you coming?
Yeah.
Because
that was the first time I've seen her mention her coming. Because usually she's just like talking about draining the balls of men as if it's like a dairy farm or something. That's all I really care about. I want to know that she's having a good time in it. But I do think that's her kink. And I remembered, that's the other thing, is the people that are interviewing her always have a very narrow, vanilla view of sex.
Yeah.
And I remembered reading this book that I got when I was 18 called... The stuff I read when I was at school was mad. It was called The Secret Life of Catherine M, or The Sexual Life of Catherine M. It's a translation of a French book. And it's just about this lady that, I think she's an art critic or an art historian, but she loves to have orgies.
Yeah.
And it's about her finding out how much she loves to have orgies with anonymous men. And I thought, it's weird how this quite pretentious French book existed and people didn't kick up that much of a fuss about it.
When did that come out? Like
that would be between 2002, maybe 2004.
How do you think actually?
But these people exist.
Yeah, who love. There are people who just
and there's a lot of gay guys that are into something that bugs me is like. I read this really good novel called Nova Scotia House that has a lot of scenes of just like gay bathhouse sex and like quite graphic stuff in it. And I thought, gay guys never get asked to analyse their motivations for doing stuff, whereas women, there has to be some reason behind it. And Bonnie was saying really clearly to this woman, look, I've never been affected by peer pressure. I don't care what other women think. Like, she's expressed it clearly time and again, and people are kind of turning it over, and all they want is for her to just break down crying and stuff. I'm just so over it.
Do you know
it's such a waste of time.
Men in general, this is a thought I've just had. Men in general are never asked about their proclivities, would it be, or unless they are going out with someone that's significantly older than them, like. If you were going out with, like, if you're a man in your 40s and you're going out,
Keanu Reeves had
an age appropriate.
Well, didn't he have like a slightly older girlfriend, and so did, or maybe it was Ralph Fiennes had an older girlfriend for a long time,
right?
And people were like, "Wow, that's mad."
Yeah, and then they got asked like, "Oh, did you have a good relationship with your mother or whatever?" But a woman always get asked. I wonder if it's because we give our personal kind of like lore about why, like, I know why I don't like sex that much, and I could tell you the lore of my life or whatever, or why I'm like a frigid, and it's easy for me to explain stuff. But men are never asked to explain stuff, or never feel the need to explain stuff.
Yeah, it's something I've always found really odd, because I think the much more sinister thing is the way, same with eating, women police each other's sexual behavior and try and keep each other in line. And they'll do it in a lot of women and men try and police women's sexual agency.
I'm definitely guilty of that, like in the
Oh,
past.
I've told you it was terrible. When I lived in Manchester, it was like being in Saudi or something.
Really?
Honestly, Alison, I must have rode not very many people.
Yeah.
To the way they talked about it. Oh my God.
Well, the way
they were horrible about it.
Yeah, definitely. Like when I lived in Dublin,
and I was a good-looking single young woman.
I know, but like,
what was I meant to do?
But like when I was in my village, like, you were so policed. It would be like you would have to say no several times, and the man would have to feel that like if you said yes too quickly.
Oh yeah.
Then you would be like a whore.
Yeah.
And your worth would be so low.
That's the thing, when you're autistic, doing that kind of dance of pretending you don't want to have sex with people is very confusing. So I don't fuck about with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that caused a lot of problems when I was younger, which you can read about in my best-selling memoir. But that is where my obsession with Bonnie comes from. Is they keep. I know she's terrible with reform and a lot of her views.
I think she does it for attention. I think she's looking at that like the same way that she goes, I'm pregnant, and I'm watching.
Well, this is why I was watching the videos. Was Bonnie said she was like, I'm pregnant, and the baby shower is going to turn into a golden shower.
I don't even think she.
And then I watched a video of her going for her baby scan, right? And I thought it was a real scan. And she said, obviously, I'm not going to use the NHS because the NHS is shite. And then she was like, I'm just getting ready. And I was like, that's quite, like, she was wearing like a really short little skirt and a crop top to get ready for the scan.
Easy
and I was
access
like,
for the scan.
I was like, that's surprising.
This woman is prepped.
So I was watching this very like earnestly, and she said, now luckily today my doctor is wearing a ski mask. And I'm still watching it like, that makes sense because he doesn't want to bring the clinic into disrepute. And then it showed her lying down, and there was a weird energy between her and the doctor. And then he was like, there's your baby. And he showed her the image of the baby on an iPad.
Like he's a waiter. Like he's a waiter at a mid-range restaurant. Just being like...
And it genuinely took me until last night.
Yeah.
When did I watch that video? 4 days ago. Where I thought, I don't think he was a real dog.
No, I don't think he was. Did he? Is this like? Was there more? Is this like a porno? Was he gonna fuck her?
I think so.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to me because I think Bonnie Blue and Katie Price are kind of similar in the way that.
Oh yeah.
When Katie Price was pregnant with Harvey, I remember reading about her in the newspapers that she was going to do, like, I think maybe Channel 5 were in talks about live streaming the birth.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And people were horrified at that. And I think Bonnie's going through the playbook of like Katie Price from 20 years ago and is doing it for the internet now.
But they're also similar because they both share a lack of they don't perform warmth appropriately.
Yeah.
Greta Thunberg gets punished for this as well.
Absolutely.
If you don't do a lot
any more empathetic.
But if you don't do the correct like reciprocal facial expressions as a woman, you get really punished for it. And I think, I mean, with Katie Price, you know, I think she's
Autistic.
autistic. She's a horse girl.
She is. I listened to a video essay on her on the plane back from Barcelona, and it was all about her controversies. And some of her controversies have been PETA have done a campaign to try and make sure that Katie Price never has any more animals, because 7 animals died in 2 years or whatever.
Oh my God.
But these animals were like knocked down by cars.
Oh.
And I've had like, I
had a friend who had like 3 cats knocked down.
Yeah, I had a dog called Lucky That's everyone does that. It was one of the saddest moments of my life. Lucky was a stray that came to my estate, right? And Lucky used to crawl with her vagina along the tarmac, but she used to look like a little army person, but she had worms, right? But I was like this
vagina worms.
Well, yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
What?
Vaginal worms.
Your butthole is so close to your vag. You don't think they go on vacation? Come on. No,
I thought that would be like
up.
going between different countries. It's different environments.
You don't need a passport to get from the butthole to the vagina.
Just ask who?
Just ask any man. I was trying to make a horrible joke about how men sometimes try their case.
Annie Man?
No, not a person called Annie Man. I mean, Annie Man. Yeah, the prolific person who really... We should do a drag king name called Annie Man, and it would be like, I'm capable of violence. Hello, I'm Annie Man.
Sorry. You'd think I'd understand Irish accents after all this time.
I know. I was so what were we chatting about before this?
I just got it. Just ask any man. The implication being that they change lanes.
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't that terrible that what is essentially anal rape when I was at uni was called changing lanes? How dreadful.
I had a conversation because when I was younger, like, that did happen. It never penetrated because, like, you know, I went, it's crazy how, like, people who I've been with in the past were, and my ex was like, they know what they're doing. There's no, like, I used to always be like, they're just unworldly or whatever.
I remember having 3 female friends where they'd all had terrible things happen, and I was like, felt lucky that hadn't happened to me. But then people would go, changing lanes.
I know.
Because it sounds less bad than rape.
Anal rape.
Back on rape. At least it's anal rape this week.
We're changing it up.
But nuns.
Yes.
Well,
Absolute.
I've been following, as I'm sure a lot of people have, the popular Nun-cast. There's some basically, I found out why this is happening. So some nuns went viral because they have a podcast, and basically it makes convent life look really appealing. They're talking about playing ultimate frisbee. And have you not seen it?
Ultimate frisbee? Are they like a university society?
No, they're just nuns, and they're like, you taught me how to play ultimate frisbee, sister. You are so good at that, sister. But I found out the reason for it is the Catholic Church wants to kind of get popular.
Yeah.
They're clout chasing.
Yeah.
So they're doing more stuff like nun-casts. And then the Pope wrote a 42,000 word document on AI.
Wow. You see, I bet I haven't watched any of Nun-cast because I knew that you love it and I wanted you to explain it. I was like, I did think, we'll talk about this in the podcast, so I'm not gonna like.
It's just nuns talking about convent life.
But is the production really good on it? Like, is it high quality cameras there? Because think of all that Nazi gold that the Catholic Church have had, and like all of the non-payments they've done to victims, and they're just keeping it for their incredible podcast studio.
I mean, the production's up to scratch.
Is it up?
They're out. I think they could make their habits more colourful if they, and maybe get more yassified. Is that word you use?
Yassified nun. What's your relationships with nuns like? Like,
I didn't get taught by them at school, so as I understand it, Irish schools you're much more likely to be taught by nuns. But,
it's like Hogwarts where there's like an animated penguin or like some sort of like centaur that teaches, and you're like, ooh, this is a bit different.
What?
Do you know what?
I never read that book.
Which Harry Potter?
No. I hate anything about fucking witches, goblins, hobbits.
Yeah.
Any of that. I don't like it. And I think Harry Potter fans seem like losers as well.
But back to the Catholic Church. So
and the Pope done a big 42,000 thing saying that AI is bad, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that makes sense because AI is a bit like a new god that you can talk to and God answers back and he's not answering back in your mind. Do you know what I mean? You're not like having to pretend that you're talking to God.
Yeah.
But I was thinking how this Pope's going to try and be another cool Pope like the last one. Because remember that thing came out when he first went in where someone was like, oh my God, the new Pope's my mum's old fuck buddy from Chicago.
I know. And the Pope before that, there's a stand-up comedian, it's Tom Ballard. I'm not going to say like his joke, but like he had a bit about the previous Pope that died as a Pope Francis and how like everyone was like, oh, he's great.
Yeah, I didn't fall for that.
Did you not? Why? Tell me.
He's the same publicist as Coca-Cola. It was all that. I don't have time for people who didn't grow up Catholic, who weren't indoctrinated as I was, saying, oh, this new Pope's a cool Pope and you shouldn't knock the Pope because he said this about gay marriage or this one's railing against AI.
Yeah.
It's a scam.
Yeah, it is so strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think having the same PR person as Coca-Cola is like having the same lawyer as Harvey Weinstein. I think you're a bad person. No matter what, you know?
But a lot of people fell for it.
And the Pope was visiting Barcelona the day that we left Barcelona.
Yeah, because everyone said he was going to do a DJ set at Primavera.
Yeah, but it was Olivia
And I believed it. I believed it because since I've been following the Nun podcast, I'm now getting shown more and more Catholic content.
Yeah.
And basically I saw that there's a house music priest.
Yeah.
Who has like holy raves.
Yeah, look, that's kind of like I get a lot more Catholic content on my Instagram reels. I get a lot of like what I do as a day is in New York Catholic, and it would be
my God.
It would be a lot of like Huel, and then communion. Like
they have Huel.
Well, like you know that type of like meal replacement drink.
Yeah,
thing. I suppose isn't communion like Huel in a way? Is it
no? Well, I guess you could say that the Holy Spirit is everything that the soul needs.
Exactly. As well, you know, the way that Huel takes care of your protein needs.
Isn't it so disappointing that Gwen Stefani is she's a shell for that prayer app?
It's not surprising. Why are you disappointed by that? I was never like I really like her music and stuff.
Why am I? Because it's Gwen Stefani. She was so amazing in the 90s.
She's not Courtney Love. She's not like, she's Avril Lavigne to me, which is like, I really like their music. I know you're like, what?
What do you mean? But when she was in No Doubt.
But when she was in No Doubt, like, to me, Gwen Stefani has always been a blank canvas for whatever was like in at that time. Every kind of album, there's always been a different look, but with no take. She's like Madonna without any of the depth.
Right.
I think personally, I can't think of anything that Gwen Stefani stood for.
Well, it's Jesus.
I know it's Jesus now, but
there's apparently like a rise in young people getting into Jesus.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, what
it's
else
cool
is
because
there?
they feel spiritually hollow. Right. Yeah,
definitely. Like I go on certain apps, right, that like modern people are supposed to use, and I feel hungover the next day. I feel like there's something up with my soul being on social media for too long.
Yeah, it's terrible for you.
And like, why? And I can't see. It's one of the biggest religions in the world. The iconography is cool of Catholicism.
Yeah, but if you've been brought up in it, it's not. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
I really don't have time for people that get into Catholicism later in life.
They scare me.
Because if you've been forced into it, it's just a theme park to them.
Yeah, like I do think Catholicism is responsible for so much that's wrong with me. I'm not blaming it fully, but I think a quarter of my problems come from being brought up Catholic, and I don't think even I was that pulled into it that much. Like if people, you know, I didn't go to mass every week, but I had this like.
Did you not?
No, no, because my dad was so atheist, like that.
Oh, I would have loved laid back parents like that. We were there every Sunday. Even if you were ill, even if it was your birthday, even if you're on holiday and you don't speak the language. having to go to church in fucking Paris, having to go to church in Spain. Awful.
That's being a Scottish Catholic, though. I feel like it's
Hardcore.
different. It's hardcore. If you're in the Republic of Ireland, it's kind of like just there in the ether.
Yeah.
Like my dad would, I remember, I think my sister was getting married. And my dad went up to the priest and he was like, he said something like, he slapped him on the back and goes like, it's all a lot of shit, innit? Like, you know, he was just like, and laugh, and not, you know, in a friendly kind of way of like, my dad has always been very much like, when you die, it's darkness.
Oh.
And that's okay. And so I was so afraid for my dad. I thought he was going to hell for years. That kind of messed me up.
Oh, my dad still believes that he's going to become a cherub.
A cherub.
Which I don't think is accurate because my niece was over and my niece is 6 and she was asking me what cherubs are. And I said, I think they're babies that died and they're in, they just don't have bodies. They have wings coming out their necks. And this came about because we were telling my niece that my brother, her dad, used to have a pet chinchilla. And she was like, what happened? And I went, he's dead. And my dad went, Fern, for God's sake. And my dad said, he's in heaven. And I went,
chinchilla is in heaven.
Yeah, and I went, why are you putting those ideas on her? Because also my niece is Chinese, so I think like, well, they don't believe in half the nonsense that we grew up with. Like my sister-in-law wasn't bothered that I was saying that.
It's kind of
my sister-in-law, I think, was more upset that I read the red shoes. Yeah, I read the story of the red shoes to my niece, and I realised how insanely Christian it is. Because there's a lot of the whole message of it is if you dress up too much for church, you're committing a sin. And my niece was going, what's communion? And I was like, oh, me and your dad did it. I said, it's kind of a load of made up rubbish that you do when you're 7. You won't have to do it. And then there's the end of the red shoes has someone like their heart flies on a sunbeam to heaven.
Oh, yeah, of course. That old chestnut.
But my brother and my sister-in-law could overhear me reading the red shoes out, and they were like, what are you reading to her? And my niece loved it so much. I actually felt like I was going to cry seeing how much she was into it. And she then wanted to recreate the red shoes for the rest of the day.
Right.
She wanted me to play the executioner. She also wanted me to play the old woman. Her favourite part is when...
I love this children's book has the character of the executioner.
Yeah. There's a bit where the executioner chops off the little girl's feet.
Yeah.
I found a pair of red Ganni shoes for my niece to dance in.
This is such a Fern Brady anecdote.
Yeah. Then I put like one of those like Vivienne Westwood chokers on her. And she said, wow, I look like a duchess. And it was just beautiful, recreating it over and over again. And she was like, one more time, I'm going to kick the old lady. And then I would lie on my couch and pretend to be kicked unconscious.
Oh, my God.
It was so lovely. But I really miss her already.
Oh, that's nice.
I know. I think I'm going to have to go to China to see her.
I'm going to be an aunt, but I only have to go to Ireland soon.
It's honestly, it's like anytime. It's so much fun. I think being an aunt is far superior to being a parent because you don't have to do any of the disgusting stuff.
Like fucking. Is that
Oh my God.
That's what it reads to me. Where you're like,
what?
It sounds like such a celibate thing to say. Like, being an aunt is being
like fucking no, like
not fucking the child, fucking each other.
Alison.
Each other.
No.
To make the baby. No,
you don't have to suck snot out of the baby's nose.
Okay.
You don't have to wipe their butt. You don't have to worm them.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything gross.
Yeah.
Or look after them when they're ill. If you're an aunt, you can do fun stuff. No, I don't think fucking's disgusting. We established that in the other episodes.
Sorry.
You're frigid, me no.
The Catholicism came out of me there. I'm so
Oh my God.
It lies in my chest like chewing gum that I've swallowed. That just
Is this a performance poetry night? What's going on? Save it for your Instagram poetry account.
Oh my God. What? I can't do a big analogy on my own podcast.
Lies in my chest like chewing gum. Call a fucking beat poetry
Why
night.
did you do that accent? Why did you? I feel sick. I feel sick. We should do a Patreon episode where we bring our own beat poetry. I swear, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do
Isn't
that.
it? It's terrible.
Yeah. What's terrible? Beat poetry or
Beat poetry.
Yeah, beat poetry is.
Yeah, being an aunt is amazing. It both makes me realize the joy of being around children and want to be just want to be around more children.
Yeah.
But also, I could never have I'm so like clear on not having them. Jesus Christ, like you can't go anywhere nice for food with her because she'll just embarrass you.
What has she done?
Well, this is a bit my fault. I bought her like millions of toys for when I first met up with her.
Yeah.
And
you were laying it on thick.
I bought her a mouth organ. That was a mistake.
A mouth organ? You bought a child? I would kill you if I was her mother.
The look that my brother and my sister-in-law gave me. We were in the hallway of their hotel.
Yeah.
And there was like a businessman trying to do emails, and my niece was like,
start off karmic chameleon.
Yeah. And I was like, let's not take this to the restaurant. And she was like, well, I want to take one of my toys. So instead I'd got her this tabletop finger football set where you put little football boots on your fingers. And she was like, we have to play this at dinner. And I was like, oh God, no. So
there's a table at the restaurant.
And what I've realised is a lot of adults don't enjoy playing with children, whereas I see it sort of as my job to play with her. So everyone else just checked out and chatted to the other adults at dinner, and I had to play finger football. And then we were in Greenwich, and she was barking at dogs. She ran away from me down the tunnel that goes underneath the Thames. That was harrowing.
Oh wow! Oh no!
It was awful. And there was it was late at night, so there was a lot of dodgy people.
Oh no!
It's just like constant vigilance. Then I took her to like an ice cream shop, and she's kind of like, the way she is about ice cream is the way you are with bags of MDMA at Primavera. There was no self-control.
Quantity.
Literally, I was holding her back and I was like, yes, the chocolates look nice, the ice cream looks nice. You're not going to touch them. Bang! She's like, hand on the chocolates, running behind the ice cream counter. She's 6 years old. There were other 6-year-olds who weren't doing this.
Yeah.
But she's just a lunatic. She just said so much funny stuff to me. I broke my Eurovision boycott.
Yeah.
Which I'd been taking really seriously.
Yeah.
But I ran out of stuff to do with her.
And you were like, what's a genocide when there's a bored child?
Alison, I ran out of things to do. None of the other adults were playing with her.
Yeah.
And
it is very long.
She loved it. But at the start, I was explaining because she was like, what's a song contest? And I was like, all the different countries in Europe. And then for no reason that anyone can explain, Israel and Australia, they are all going to sing a song and compete with each other. And she honestly was like, yes, this is great. She kept getting up to dance. And then by the time it came to judging, it was her bedtime. So we were like, you can't watch the judging. You're not going to enjoy it. And she literally like clung to the side of my sofa while my brother pulled her away. And she was like, no, I want to watch Eurovision Song Contest.
I must see how the EBU sort this out.
Yeah.
What happened when Israel were on? We
didn't cheer for them.
Good.
But we also didn't explain to her much about why we weren't cheering for them. Yeah, it was. She really enjoyed Britain's entry, which was like shockingly, hilariously bad as usual.
What was? Yeah, I saw it on a reel. It was like, what was it called?
It was like Ein, zwei, drei.
Really?
Yeah. And lots of people had computers on their heads.
Oh, do you remember?
So that's good for a child to watch.
Do you remember there was a entry from Finland or something, and it was like, it was a song about how Windows 98 is great. That came out a couple of years ago. Sorry.
No, and I've got a good memory for Eurovision songs. But it's not the same. I mean, it was magical watching it with her, but it's not. You see the number of people viewing it's dropped massively. So the boycott is working.
Yeah. Like, I was such a fan. I really wanted to go to Sweden.
Yeah, I wanted to go as well. It'd be great.
Well, hopefully.
And there was a lot of booing. They were having to turn down the volume, I think, because of the booing. But no, being around children is so magical.
I'm scared about, like, whenever there should be like there should be a gender neutral word for either a niece or a nephew, and like, just because I don't know what it's
Child.
Yeah. Oh. Well, when this child comes, I'm afraid of like
misgendering them.
No. I am afraid of how much I'm gonna love it, because this is like the first, apart from my sisters, like, this is like the first child that I'm like actively looking forward to and counting down, and like
you might just not
love it that much.
Yeah, but I think you will. But I love my niece so much. She's so amazing.
Yeah,
I think she's the best child I've ever met.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she actually is. So really? I'm not being delusional. She is actually an amazing child. I showed you videos of her. She's mental.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. What, she kept going, didn't she, when you were playing? She kept calling you a duchess, but what did she call herself all the time? What was it that she said?
So Alison left some glittery eye makeup at my house, and I took it to show my niece because I thought she would really like it. And instead she like kicked off and was like, I don't want that on my face. And I was like, well, do you want to put it on me? So then she started putting it on me, and she said, wow, I feel like the servant to a duchess. She's really attached to the word duchess.
Yeah, because I don't even know what properly a duchess is. Like, what's its ranking?
I don't know. But she also was trying to teach me Chinese, and every time I tried to say it back, and I would think I'm like good at languages. I would try my hardest, and she'd be like, that is so rubbish. Then we got my dad to do it, and I'm sorry, but what my dad was doing sounded like a racist impression of someone Chinese. He was half-arsing it, and she went, he is better than you. And I was like, that's not true. So I've signed up for Chinese lessons.
Nice.
Because I want my brain to work better. I can feel myself getting stupider. And I'm now the only one of my siblings that isn't fluent in Chinese, which is embarrassing.
And you want the respect of a child as well.
Yeah, but then I was reading about how long it takes to get good at it. And like, see, for Italian or French, it's like 200 hours tuition. Chinese, it's like 2,000 hours.
Yeah, because they have like
They have like 4 tones.
That's it. And it's like you can have the same word, but it means so many different ones.
Yeah, like the sound ma, if you don't get the tone right, it either means horse, mother, tractor, or something.
All categories in porn.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining Alison and I today on Ignore That Feeling. Please like and subscribe. We would love to get to 1 million followers on YouTube, because do you know something? The closer we get to 1 million followers, the bigger and better our guests are. Yeah, that's not true. That's not true at all.
Ignore that feeling.